So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends and Pray Vintage, my name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirits, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I'm so glad you guys found me. For those of you guys returning, I'm so grateful to be here doing your reading. You guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today. Today's reading, we're looking at who is coming towards you and why. What does this person want? And who this person is. Okay, so this is a reading that is going to be a pick a card, and we'll get into the three options. But for those of you guys interested in the decks I'll be using to channel this message, these are the decks right here. Okay, and then I will put a timestamp to the three options, and then we will get into your reading. So as usual, use your intuition. If the energy sounds like you, then I'm reading your own energy. Okay, and you could certainly have another pile with whoever's coming towards you, but always use your intuition over mine. And the best way to do that is to ask spirit for what you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether that pile is your messaging or not. Okay, don't run with whatever you see on the internet as your message if you are completely detached from your intuition. Okay, I don't want any part of that. So, beautiful angel, we'll get into your three picks. I'll put a link right here to the tarot flip throughs for these decks for those of you guys interested in these decks, and I will see you in the next segment. Gorgeous angels, these are your three options to choose from. Option number one, the Zillich Tarot. Option number two, Spirit Speak Tarot deck. And option number three, we have the Kawaii Tarot. So sit with this energy. If you have a difficult time choosing, close your eyes, open your eyes. Whichever one pulls you in will most likely be the messaging for you, unless, of course, it's your energy. Maybe there's a message for you in regards to what Spirit's wanting to communicate. It could be from your high self. Okay, don't shut out anything, but at the same time, don't force anything to fit that's not your message. Specific messages will come through for certain individuals. Don't run with those. Okay, but the overall energy in that pile should be matching the person on your mind. And person on your mind. Some of you guys may have a person already in mind. This should be somebody who's coming towards you. Okay, somebody you maybe don't even know who this person is. Okay, so don't fixate on the person on your mind. It could be anybody at all coming towards you. Okay, but we'll communicate to who they are and what they want and why they're coming towards you. All right, so I hope that made sense. Yeah, sit with these three piles, and then I will see you guys at your pick. Gorgeous angel, pile number one, you guys picked the Zillich Tarot. We're looking at who is coming towards you and why. Okay, so if this energy sounds like you, then obviously you're not coming towards yourself. So you can go pick another pile, okay? Unless, of course, it could be a message from your high self. I never know the messages until we channel. I am open to whatever spirit wants you to know right here, right now. I am only reading energy and cards, your own intuition, consciousness back at you. Okay, so let's pull the cards. You can skip ahead if you don't like this process. And we're asking pile number one, who is coming towards pile one and why? Who is coming towards pile one? What does this person want? Who is coming towards pile number one and why? Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile one. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile one. Thank you so much, pile one, for being here and letting me channel your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing the reading. Two more. Who is coming towards pile number one and why? Feeling unloved, number 11. I do feel there's one more in this deck. For pile one, who's coming towards pile one and why? There's your card. And finally, one of these. Alrighty. For some reason, this is cramping my style. And I'm not going to go over there. I need some Portuguese hand space so I can be European about it. Okay, so feeling unloved here with the root chakra, number 2. So 2s are all about balance, duality, choices. 2 is high priestess energy, also justice, judgment energy. So we have some Libra, we have some Pisces. Okay, but this says feeling unloved, feeling unessential, feeling rejected, separation, indifference, feeling isolated, feeling abandoned. So this is like a 5 pentacle type energy, okay? A type 2, the helper emotional center between giving and receiving. So who is 5 pentacle? Could be someone you're in separation from. I don't know. Let's see. We have identification 53, and this is the blind spot oracle. So we have an 8 here, some Leo energy, and some Aquarius. Identification. Interesting. Okay, and then we have uniqueness. So I immediately felt Aquarius here, okay, although this is giving Aries and Scorpio. Compulsion, ideal, uniqueness, feeling, difference, authenticity, sensitivity, singularity, eccentricity, taste for aesthetics, type for the individualist, emotional center between lack and abundance. Okay, so 4s are all about structure, foundation, stability, planning, okay, problem solving type of stuff. We have silver, 25, or the number 7, some Cancer energy. Silver, someone feeling undervalued here, maybe not at your level. Moon and Jupiter, 14, some Sagittarius energy and some Taurus energy. Moon and Jupiter. So Moon's the ruling planet for Cancer. Jupiter's the ruling planet for Sagittarius and Pisces. And there's a misbelief here. Obviously, there's a misbelief here in separation, clearly, because you can't be separate from anyone. Someone's feeling some form of separation here. Okay, and then we have Venus and Pluto, 36. Yeah, I'm getting this, like, understanding that this person has that's coming from a shadowy, misunderstanding place. It's kind of the best way for me to describe it. So 9, we have some Hermit energy. So definitely someone you definitely could be haven't heard from in a while. Okay, Virgo, and then again some more Cancer energy. And then we have the runaway secrets, running away from problems. And then we have this bird cage. The door is open, and then there's a key and all these beautiful flowers. Oh, which reminds me, damn it, I don't know where I put it. I was walking in the park today, and I found a little stone, and it had a flower like this. And the flower, it was painted. It was all hand painted, but then there was also like a black flower, the shadow of the flower. And I found it very fascinating that someone drew a flower with its own shadow. And it looked exactly like this. And so I was really like drawn into the shadow of that flower. So I'm kind of getting maybe someone who was in shadow, and definitely with this Pluto, that's the planet of shadow. Okay, Scorpio energy. And then we have some more Taurus and Libra. I'm going to pull the tarot to get more, and then I'll start to channel what this is, okay? There's a hair in my face. So for pile number 1, who is coming towards pile 1? Why is this person coming towards pile 1? Who is this person, and what do they want with pile 1? Why are they being pulled or called or coming towards pile 1? I feel one more. And there it is, and your cards. Okay, 7 of Wands. And look at the devilly energy in that 7 Wands. Okay, so I'm getting some Capricorn energy from this, but 7 Wands can talk about somebody who has something to prove, you know, so they could be quite defensive, but it's like fighting for something they believe matters, standing their ground, or yeah, like maybe this does feel like someone who has something to say or prove. Chariots, Cancer energy. Chariot's all about victory and shadow integration. 4 of Pentacles. This is power. And then the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and it says change. And look at the devilly energy there too. More Capricorn energy. So the Two of Pentacles is in reverse. Change. What's interesting is that the Four of Pentacles in the upright would mean kind of like a stuck energy because we're held back or hanging on. Okay, so we're not allowing energy to flow. It's like a block type energy and interesting changes in reverse. So someone maybe was blocking some form of change, some form of movement, or some form of success or integration or victory or something like this. Maybe they were blocking your movement. This could be somebody at a distance from you with this Chariot, or someone you would have to travel to. Okay, but I do feel there's an emotional distance here, or at least some form of a separation here. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this could talk about destiny. This could talk about things sort of being out of our control, things getting moving for the better with it in the upright. Okay, Ten of Wands, oppression in the reverse. So putting something down that is best put down, that we can't carry. So for hanging on, we might need to let go in order for things to flow. Yeah, there was some blockage to flow here that maybe this person was creating or something like this. But oppression in reverse, I'm almost getting suppression, which I'm getting the opposite. And I don't know if that is necessarily great either, because I'm not necessarily getting surrender so much as I'm getting suppression. So someone could have been suppressed in a way here that was creating a block, or they're hanging on to something or held back. So they were suppressed in some capacity here to prevent some form of change or some form of flow or movement that feels very natural here with the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune. Like this is the universe, you know, driving such change here. Maybe this person was burdened by this, or it felt too heavy to move. Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there's like an ending here, but in the reverse, it's like maybe someone who doesn't want to accept some form of an ending. It says ruin. Okay, and then the Princess of Cups. So this is a card of apologies. Okay, especially here beside this ending of Swords with the Ten of Swords. Eight of Wands in reverse, swiftness. So again, a stuck energy of some block, but also a block to communication here. And Eight Wands is the communication card, and it is in the reverse. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is wealth. Ten of Pentacles is the world we build over a period of time that we can commit to, and it's our security and it's our stability. It's like our legacy we leave behind. So it's like we build something over time that stands the test of time. Okay, this is kind of interesting because I'm kind of getting the same energy that I felt in yesterday's collective reading here about someone here who was getting in the way of their own 10 pentacle here, building something with you, you know? Okay, so let me channel what this is all about. Seven of Wands with valor. Under that is the Six of Wands with victory. Interesting, victory and valor. Identification. I definitely want to see what the heck this is about, because I'm not sure it's giving me much. So 53, and it says, I'll just read a little bit of it. It says, if you have drawn the sigil, you're currently so identified with something that you cannot separate yourself from that thing enough to be objective or conscious about it. Identity is the condition of being oneself, one's separate self. Yeah, okay, another word for this is ego. Okay, thank you, Miss Teal Swan. You speak my language. And then we have, wow, that's a very, lots she writes about it, but let's see. It says, anything you identify with will cause a strong reaction in you. The ego has owned it as a part of its composite self. Whenever those things are threatened, the ego will go into a state of reactivity and defense. Yes, the ego has motive to maintain these aspects in our life, even if they cause us pain. It sees the loss of these things as annihilation. If you have drawn this sigil in the situation, you are not seeing your identification clearly. A little disidentification will be good. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Miss Teal Swan. Let's get into this channel. Let me just sit with the tarot for a little bit. Okay. Beautiful people. There's like a mixture of energy here, okay? In regards to how this person feels. So it could be many different ways that are coming through to this person that they could be feeling at any point in time. Of course, this is timeless, so it's how they're feeling right now, but we could feel, angry and sadness at the same time. I'm not saying that that's what this person feels, but you know what I mean? Or we could feel love and sadness at the same time, okay? We can have a mixture of energy here. So I feel like the person coming towards you, you definitely know this person, because I feel like whatever's happened between you and this person was blindsided by their own need to defend themselves. There was something that this person was so much believing very strongly, that their ego, I should say, was believing, in order to protect their paradigm or their narrative or whatever it is that they feel safe under. Okay. Now, when I say feel safe, it doesn't necessarily mean that this person prefers that in a way of giving them maybe love, or giving them something that would help this person in regards to what they're needing, but it is what they're choosing in regards to what makes them feel comfortable. Because I feel like this person was being stretched by you, however you did it. I don't know. You might have gotten to an argument with this person, is kind of how I see it. And it does fit with yesterday's collective, because I feel like this person reacted in a way that created some form of division. And it could be that you stopped talking to this person, or this person stopped talking to you, or you guys just sort of had an argument. And then this person is in an energy here of wanting to come towards you. There is a heavy apology here. Now, do they see through their veil or whatever? I don't know that they're seeing through this thing, okay? But what I am seeing is that this person does have a strong belief in, separation and lack, okay, which is a misbelief here, because nothing is lacking in the universe. It's only a belief that we think we are separate and lacking. But that there is this place that they were reacting out of, because they felt less than, they have the complex of feeling less than, and like they couldn't measure up to something. I feel like you threatened this person because this person, it was more concerned with appearing successful to you, or that they were capable of delivering something. So it's like, if I don't feel like I'm confident enough to deliver, then that's the only thing that I'm so focused on. And whether you're being kind, whether you're not challenging me, whether you're just doing what you're doing or saying what you're saying, I'm offended or threatened, or my shadow is sort of triggered here. And I think that you might have, what I'm really feeling here in this case is, I don't think you were oblivious, like saying something and you like were oblivious that it was triggering this person. I think you actually said something here that was truthful, is kind of how it's coming through, because I feel the universe was backing you in some way. And it was like, whatever conversation or whatever it was that you were putting forward would have threatened this person's world that they are used to. And I feel like this person took how they were feeling in that moment, that, pile one might have like a leg to stand on. Not that they would believe you. Of course, they would fight against this, because the ego is going to fight tooth and nail to upkeep its story in place. So it has self-preservation energy here. Even if the self-preservation energy is going to leave me in lack, or going to leave me in a state where I don't have growth, or I don't have movement, because this person fears the change it would require in this person. So it could sound something like so many different ways, really, because it's like, whatever story or narrative I need to believe why I don't need this change, this world needs me, or this isn't, I don't know, I have free will to change, or whatever the narrative is. Okay. And if I want to do whatever I'm doing, then I have this choice, which is true. Okay. Because we always wrap sort of our truth with, oh my gosh, this is so connecting to yesterday's reading, truth transcends illusion. And sorry if you didn't connect with yesterday's reading, but I do suggest you go look at the collective, because this person is peppering in their illusion with reality and truths. Because when we tangle some lies with truth, fiction with truth, it's like it makes it more real. Okay. And one thing is certain, everything is subject to change. Everything. Okay. Things manifest and then they unmanifest. There's nothing that's in form that lasts forever. Okay. And so this person was being called to make some form of change, something that they feel very comfortable with. It's their comfort zone. So if I don't feel comfortable with, I do feel it was in line with growth and movement here, but it could be movement and growth of their emotions. Like you might have said something like this, like, oh, great. Like, yeah, we're friends. If you want to be lovers, then I would require you to, like tell me how you're feeling. It's like, whoa, I'm used to not expressing my emotions. And if I felt you were like threatening that position where I was standing, then I will do everything in my power to justify why I don't need to open up my emotions. Okay, that's just an example here, but I do feel there's a block with this person and a suppression. Okay, and again, if it does resonate with yesterday's reading, they were really suppressed with emotions here, but I'm not really necessarily seeing that as being the driver of this message for today's reading. This is more of like who's coming towards you and why. This suppressed person, or this person who was blocking some form of growth, okay, they felt threatened. And what they were threatened by is that they didn't want to see or accept the fact that they were needing some form of change or movement here naturally, that they'd rather stay in whatever comfort zone for them, because this is how they've been able to manage and navigate. Okay, but in order for them to go into maybe the next phase of this connection or the next phase of their world, or to grow for themselves, they would have to surrender and put down this way of being and get outside of their comfort zone. Okay, now no one has to do anything at all. But then we go kicking and screaming and resisting, because one thing, like I said, is certain, is this change. And so this change is sort of thrusted upon this person. And it's like, move or be moved, move or the universe will move you. And it's like you come with this energy, most likely, like I said, aligned with the universe, because I think you were aligned with the natural progression here. I don't think you're forcing this person to do anything. You can't force anyone to do anything, but you're like, you're part of this threat. You're part of asking me to do something here. And the bigger thing here, though, I feel, is this person is like, the reason that they are sort of four pentacle to begin with and suppressed is because there's an underlying belief that I'm not good enough. And so, it might be more complex than that. Okay. Because if you ask them, that this person might not be someone who's sitting there in the corner going, I'm not good enough. I am da, da, da. No, when I say not good enough, it's like, if you can actually read this person's energy, okay, in regards to what they do, the decisions they make, they might see themselves as second class, like maybe settling on certain things, or they might give up on dreams, or they might just be like not have the biggest ambitions for themselves, or like use like victim type mentality, but like justify it. You know what I mean? So this is like not seeing themselves as someone who's worthy. And it's like, whatever was transpired here between you and this person was like, it's requiring me to do something outside of my comfort zone. And if I felt that I could be successful and do it and appear in a certain way that would make me feel comfortable, of course I would be in line with that and move. But I fear, the biggest fear is me not succeeding, or me looking foolish, or me trying something and then not being able to do it. And so I'm going to fight my position here. And this is like upkeeping, like I said, the egoic story of why I need to sort of stay put or do what I'm doing here, because you've triggered this upon me. Okay, so this is how this person's energy is sitting. And it's like, with this secrets, running away from problems, that's really what I was getting from this suppression, because I feel like, and I mean, nothing's more freer than this Chariot, to be like free to move. And even this Wheel of Fortune, it's like a flow of energy here, but their energy was really like suppression, caged up, locked and stuck. It's like this cage was locked. And I think this person is feeling oppressed or suppressed by their own, no, they're feeling oppressed by their own suppression, It's like my own suppression, not being able to move, not being in line with the universe, resisting whatever I was resisting, my fear of failure, and all of this heaviness that I was carrying became so heavy that it caged me up. But it was of my own doing. Instead of facing it, I was like really running away in some sorts, even though there was no movement, it felt very stuck. But it's kind of running away because the universe is saying, hey, call to action. But it's like, I'll avoid it, or I won't look at it, or I'll fight against it. It's like, well, then you'll just be trapped here, running away from what you're needing to deal with. And now I feel like this person feels like they're rejected. Okay, but I think they already felt rejected before all this stuff, because I feel like they already felt like they weren't good enough to be winning, or like you wouldn't see them as succeeding, or they wouldn't see themselves as even succeeding, And so it's like, I don't want you to see me in any other way than the way that I want you to see me, Venus, Pluto. And so I have this way that for me would be outside of my comfort zone, or if it were in my comfort zone, but I was able to control how you'd see me, then I would do it. But because it requires me to be outside of my comfort zone, I'd rather just not do it, and then come up with whatever defense mechanisms, arguments, whatever strategy I need to use here. Okay, but I'm also getting a download here. Spirit is talking to me about whatever you said to this person. This is totally connecting to yesterday's reading, by the way, the collective. It's like, I think you were trying to help this person. Like, I see a key here. I think you're trying to free them from their own suppression. Okay. And again, like, we can't help anyone free them from that, but it's like, I feel this person is so defensive, because it's like you, instead of being like, my ally here to help free me from the cage I've built, I saw you as whatever you were telling me as the threat. Because again, like, my fight or flight was like, I need to stay put here. And if you're challenging my narrative and my ego belief with some truth that I can't unsee, then I get mad at you and defensive here, because I need that truth to be true, or that belief to be true, the belief that I must be here for whatever reason, or that I can't allow for change. Like, this person doesn't allow for change. And so when we don't allow for change, obviously comes with a flurry of reasons why, like we still haven't processed sort of the world that we've lived in, or there's still healing that needs to be done, or there's still an acceptance here of something. And so I feel like this person might have been running away from this, or just avoiding dealing with it, or like needing to process some hurts, or needing to do something here in order for them to be free to move forward. But when we stuff down, don't face, avoid, deny, suppress things that are coming to the surface, and then the universe is like, okay, on to the next thing. It's like, wait, I still am comfortable here. It's like, yeah, you're comfortable there because you were running away from doing the thing, which was requiring you to look yourself, or deal with yourself, or do something here. And why I'm feeling you come here with truth as well, okay? Because this uniqueness here is authenticity, singularity. I feel like you had this, you provided this person with some sort of solution to seeing something objectively that they'd rather not see. And I do feel with the 4 here and this 10 of Pentacles, it's like really in regards to this person's outcome, like where they could invest in, or like what they could build, like for themselves. Like what I'm really getting, and you could apply this to context. It could be somebody who, like, let's say they really, really are in the comfort zone of like not going after their dreams. And then they start validating to themselves why they got to keep working at fast burger. Okay. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but there might be a potential here. And it's like, this person will argue the fast burger place forever, because to push them outside of that would be, like, why does everyone need to push themselves? Or I don't need that thing. And it's not about getting them out of the fast burger, but it's that this person is misaligned, and that there's another potential here for this person. And so you might have said to this person, like, hey, I don't know, like, if you enrolled in school, maybe you would figure out like something that would make you happy, because maybe you come back from fast burger and you seem kind of sad, or like, you seem like, I don't know, whatever. Like, you're trying to like not say, hey, you must get out of fast burger, or like, you got to go do this thing. You're just providing this other answer, a way around this person to see this from a different perspective. And I feel like this person is so used to like their excuse for not doing it, that when you provided an answer to that excuse or that reasoning, it's like now this person has no reason to like not build the thing that they're able or capable of building here. And it's like, I don't know, it seems to me like they might have even turned this around, like blaming you or something like this, and like maybe saying you're sensitive or it's your dream or your thing. It's like, what? And I also feel like with the Six of Wands and the way this person sees you, and I'm right by the silver, I think it's the dynamic you specifically have with this person and how this person connects with you specifically that triggers this person to see something in themselves as less than. So they definitely most likely see you in high regard or put you on a pedestal. So maybe if someone else said this to this person, they probably wouldn't care as much, or maybe there wouldn't be as much pull. But I feel like what you think really matters to this person. And I think how they appear to you or how they want themselves to appear in the dynamic between you really matters to this person. And I think this person fell for their own sort of shadow trigger here in some way. And I think you poked a hole in their reasoning here. And I also feel, like this person is, why they're coming towards you is because I feel there's an apology here with this Princess of Cups. And there's also feeling abandoned and feeling isolated and left out. Because, like if you did come forward with some sort of acknowledgement or some form of light here, and this person acted defensively, it's like, okay, well, then I'll leave you with that story, but how can I work with someone who has this sort of an understanding here? So I feel like, I don't know if you guys just like stop talking to this person, or you sort of did the, okay, then I guess your solution is right, stay with the fast burger. And then it's like, well, wait a minute, because I mean, they got what they wanted in some capacity here. And it's like, but it wasn't freeing. It was oppressive, And I don't think this person wants to be like, this is how the dichotomy is here, because this person does not want to be suppressed or oppressed or held back or held hostage or anything. But they're the ones in the energy of the Four Pentacle with their understanding. And it's rooted in a belief that they're less than or not good enough, or they need to appear in a certain way that they feel that they aren't or can't or won't. And then they get defensive about it. And then they fight for the wrong camp of what they think is actually winning. And winning would be to defend this position that it can't change or it won't move, or I have to do this for whatever reason. And then it's like, I think you just said, okay, well, there was some sort of skin in the game for you, I feel, I don't know what the skin in the game is. Because again, like I always talk about, like we could have different dynamics coming through here. And if, let's say, you're a parent, it's like, well, this impacts like you living here, like me talking to you is not because I want you to go do what you don't love, but it's like, let's talk about something here. And it's like, and then you're like, okay, like you removed some form of excuse from this person, I feel, or yourself from the equation, or whatever you were providing in supporting or enabling this dynamic. Yeah, that's the word. I think there was an enabling of some falsity here for some time, or at least at a time. So you provided the basement, or you fed this person's delusion of whatever it was, or you supported their inability to move here based on that, out of that belief. But it's like, maybe said, hey, you're capable of this, and so you'd be like, well, who would get angry if I say they're capable of doing whatever? It's like, no, but my belief is that what I'm identified with is that I'm incapable for these reasons, and I must justify those reasons, and they must be valid. Because if you poke holes through that, then it's like my ego was misleading me. And then I'm left with the truth. And if I'm left with the truth, then I have to sort of do the thing that I was scared to do. And what if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? And this is what I was trying to circumvent all along, was going out of my comfort zone, doing the thing that I was trying to prevent. And so I painted it off to be something else. So hopefully that explained it, because I think I explained it 10 ways from Sunday, but I'm saying the same thing in 10 different ways in case someone didn't understand it. This person wants to come towards you. And why? I feel like there is no other reason other than this person feels bad, and they feel like maybe you've removed yourself from some form of equation. Maybe there's an ending. Maybe you haven't talked for some time because I was feeling some hermit, or maybe you just stopped talking to them, And I don't know necessarily that this person understands, like, Knight of Swords. I'm going to do and see, like, if they come forward to you, like, what do they want to say to you then, I guess, because I wasn't intending this, but it's like, I do feel strong with the Page of Cups. It's like an apology, but we have a Knight of Swords, which could be still, and with the Seven of Wands, still on it, still on it about their narrative, still on it about their position or why they got to do the thing, or support the Four Pentacle. It's like, well, no. Okay, let's see. Pile number one, the person coming towards them, what exactly is their intent here, or their driver for coming forward? What do they want to get across? What are they going to say? What is the whole purpose behind this person coming towards pile number one? Spirits, thank you so much for this message. Six of Wands again. I want you to see me as successful. I want you to see me in the way that I want you to see me. And it's ego driven, and it's also for self-victory. So what I'm getting as well is like this very strongly, and we read in the book when we laid the cards out, it's like the minute you see something different than the identity that I created, and if there's any iota in your truth, then there must be some sort of truth that I must consider. And this is making my ego fragile. So therefore, I must prove that it is inaccurate, and then go back to my safe zone. Because if your truth is accurate, or that is the truth, then I can't be living in some sort of illusion here. And I want it to be true so that I can go back to saying, like, look, see, it is winning because I'm doing the upright thing here. But it's like, well, no, you're just not changing. You're not allowing the universe to help you flow here. Let's see. 6 Wands. So they really care about how you look. They want success here. Okay. They want you also to show them appreciation and validation and support. And so if they're buying into the wrong camp, maybe you're like, well, I don't support that. I don't want to validate your psychosis. Like, why would I validate that? No. So let's see. What do they want with you? Pile 1. The Lovers in reverse, Gemini energy. So again, a block to their path. It could have been a block to this connection. Again, like the 10 Pentacles in reverse. It's like, hey, this is destined for you to try or go down this path or make different choices. And they're like, no, see why I'm having success here, or why this has to be the thing. It's like, you're not going to convince me. All they're doing is going against their own Lover's path. They're choosing fear is what they're choosing here, because the Lover's path is, are we choosing fear or love? And making decisions based on love, or are we making decisions based out of triggers and reactions? And I feel this person is deciding to stay for Pentacle and then dressing it up with their ego as some form of victorious thing here, at the expense of this other thing that you're very well aware of. This 9 of Pentacles gain. And 9 Pentacle is the self-independence card. I feel like this person almost feels like somebody here who, okay, what's coming through? Lovers can talk about a lover's sort of dynamic, okay? This is the opposite of like a lover's, because it's an independent, okay? But we can't really be in a lover's without being completely sovereign, independent, and confidence to show up, okay? But when we have a crossing card like this 9 of Pentacles, we might have a skewed way of how we connect to our own independence, okay? And so this person might have said, you're telling me what to do, or the boss of how I do what I do. And anything that threatens this, okay, even though I don't feel there was a threat to it, they felt threatened by their own, like their autonomy was being threatened, or their sense of self, or maybe their confidence in themselves was being threatened in this moment because you came forward with some truth. Okay, and so it's like now this person in that moment maybe caught them off guard, because I'm kind of feeling like that, you know, or they felt threatened or off guard and all of a sudden they reacted. But now it's like, I don't know how long you've been apart or whatever. And now it's like, I'll show you that I'm actually am confident, because maybe the version of them that they showed you here was like a crack in the foundation. Okay, and so I do feel they're coming to you confident, even though it's from a place of lack of confidence, by the way. And then there's this reverse lovers, like I said, 5 of Cups, and yeah, they regret how things went. They feel sad. They feel, it says here, disappointment. Okay, but 5 Cups is like looking at spilt milk. Like it's still looking backwards at a situation. It's not like, okay, like now I understand, like let's rectify, or let's move forward, let's work together, let's identify the other choice here. It's like, I don't like how it happened, and I'm sad here, and I feel unloved or unseen or not appreciated. Let me come into your vicinity so you can appreciate me or celebrate me, or like this me, you know. But you're like, yeah, but that you is like the you that was like 4 Pentacle. So I was just telling you that you're 4 Pentacle, and you didn't want to see it. You didn't want to acknowledge it, or you wanted to justify and support it. Okay, so why are they coming towards pile 1? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. They're stuck in their world, okay, with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. A 9 of Wands in reverse. And I do feel like this person could have definitely been somebody who, and it's a strength here, and so strength is my ego card, okay? But it's like a lack of courage, also lack of confidence. Also, they could have been very guarded about their position here. But I feel like all of this, the way that they were, was coming from a place of a lack of confidence in themselves, because again, they see themselves as sort of secondary, and it could be secondary to you. Maybe it's not as a whole, you know, this belief, but I feel like it really is the dynamic of maybe where they place you, or how they see themselves compared to you, or just in general. And then there's this lack of confidence thing is like, it was driving it's driving me to be 4 Pentacles, but it was also driving my reaction with you. And it's still driving my stagnation here, or my stuckness. And so with the 10 of Wands in reverse, which like I said is my surrender card, I was feeling more like the suppression, because it said oppression. And even this 9 of Wands in reverse, this is like surrendering, you know, it's like, but sometimes it's like throwing in the towel and like giving up. And so I feel like you might felt like this person is giving up on themselves, or their 10 Pentacle, or their future, or their happiness. And you see this, their freedom. You're like, wow, you could be free. You can be liberated. You can have this beautiful future, or whatever you were telling them. Or maybe you just believed it, and you maybe gave them some nugget of truth, you know, however it came across. And then this person's like, whoa, now you see me as someone who isn't confident to go after it. And now I got to do what I got to do to protect that image of why I don't have it. I know I'm repeating it, but it's so strong. And then it's like you saw this person as choosing to give up on themselves. So how like valorous is this? You know, what's the valor in this, or what's the courage in this? Not. And this person's like, whoa, like underneath it all, it's like, maybe you don't see me as courageous. Maybe you don't see me as strong. Maybe you don't see me as confident. So now I'm like, I don't like this, you know. I want you to see me as somebody who's celebrated and successful here. Yeah, and somebody who is, you know, confident in my own sort of ability to do it, and that I'm choosing either not to do it. And it's like you're saying, well, you're just choosing fear. You're choosing to be stuck here. And why is the 5 Cups here? What are their intentions? What do they want with coming forward to pile number 1? Just so you could see them differently, and maybe like don't see what you saw. Don't see the truth. Yeah, the Emperor in reverse. Don't see the truth, but this person's still in shadow. Lack of confidence. Lack of confidence. I'm stuck. I choose fear. I want you to validate me. I want you to appreciate me. I want you to see me as successful. So my image is important. Don't see me as all these things that I've been doing here. And And now that that happened, it's like I feel bad, I feel sad, I feel unloved, I feel like left out, I feel like we had a disappointing conversation, I feel disempowered here in some way. And I could also feel like the path now is blocked to you or something, because this 8 wands in reverse, the Lover's in reverse, and you removing that, I feel like that's 2 pentacles. Like, okay, great. Then you choose this, you choose this stagnation or this 4 pentacle. But then I guess that would be a reverse Lovers, you know, and it's like, whoa, now I don't have the ability to. It's like, well, you always had the ability to, but you didn't do. So now you're sort of here. And now it's like, whoa, I'm looking at not having the ability in front of me anymore. It's like, you know, when we have a choice in front of us and we don't do it, and then it gets taken away and it becomes real, and it's like, oh, I was going to do it. Not that this person is saying that, but it's like you want it there as an available thing, because inside, you know, once it's gone, it's like, whoa, I did it to myself. I let this opportunity pass me by. I slept on this thing. So as long as it's there, it's like, yeah, I could just go to school whenever I want, you know, or I could make that choice whenever I want, and I'm actively sort of choosing not to, thinking we're doing it consciously and that we're sort of calling the shots. Meanwhile, it's the subconscious, it's the identity we created that thinks we're not going to succeed. So we keep postponing because we're lacking the confidence. We keep choosing the fear day in, day out, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, that school closed down. What? I was going to go there. It's like, no, you weren't. You weren't going to go there. And I think you just said, okay, you're not doing it. Bye-bye. Or I don't know, whatever you said. This is a block here, okay? Page of Swords. So yeah, this person's going to want to come talk to you, okay? But I feel like there is still some defensiveness here. Queen of Cups in reverse. It's mostly because I feel like this person gets some form of validation or some form of support, or maybe you give a lot of emotional support to this person, or love or validation, or make this person feel good, maybe about the decisions they were making or something like this. And now it's like, I don't know, like there's a block here. But they're really in sort of this energy, like the page is sort of, and they don't fully understand, you know, it's kind of a learning energy, and the Emperor in reverse, like I say, it is in the shadow. So I'm not quite sure what this, and then the World in reverse, something that it didn't get closure and they're seeking some understanding. I think maybe this person is so much wrapped up in that identification that they do have of the false self, protecting themselves, so much so that they're still not quite sure what happened. Okay, even though it might be very apparent to you, or at least they want to be sure. And so they might come like, I don't understand, or I want to understand, like, why are you no longer here? Or like, it was kind of open, or you never really gave me closure. I don't know. There's some sort of like thing, and it could be genuine, you know, because as far as this person knows, there's like a lack of closure here. Maybe you're no longer invested here emotionally in this person's 4 pentacle, and now they're like wanting to seek to understand. But it's like, what is there to seek to understand? Because I think when you give them the information that you have, I feel then this person gets defensive, you know, or they don't want to see it in some way. So I don't know. Anyway, pile 1. I beat this one, but this is your reading. I think this person sees you in high regard, and I think this person might put you on a pedestal. And I also feel this person really wants to control how you see them, and they want you to see them in a way that I don't think that they have been. And you called a spade a spade. And I feel like everything here is saying a lack of confidence and an inability to do some performance to get some sort of build, and that there is a way to succeed through this thing, and they didn't accept it, or they don't want to do it, and so they made a reason or an excuse which keeps them stuck, or 4 pentacled, and you just said, well, then you're making a choice, so, you know, and they don't like this. Okay, keeps them out in the cold. So now they want to know more. So pile number 1, that's your reading. I hope this helped you. I'll see you at the next one. All right, bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, and you guys pick Spirit Speak Tarot deck, and we're looking at who is coming towards you and why. So if this sounds like your own sort of energy here, then you could go check out another pile, okay? So let's ask Spirit. Clear and concise message for beautiful pile number 2. Who is this person coming towards pile number 2 and why? What do they want exactly with pile 2? Clear and concise message. I am feeling one more for pile number 2. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2. Thank you, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. If you want to skip ahead, you can certainly do so. Who is coming towards pile number 2 and why? 3 more. One doesn't feel right, just the way it fell. Sorry. Spirit, clear and concise message for pile number 2. I don't feel these at all as coming through. All right, next, pile number 2. Who is coming towards pile number 2 and why? Let me feel one more. Okay. And one of these. Take the one that revealed itself. Venus, Saturn, 32, or the number 5. Okay, Venus is the ruling planet for Taurus, Libra. Saturn, ruling planet for Capricorn and Aquarius. All right, so then we have the astronomer with discovery and augury. Okay, and then we also have the tailor, attention to detail and pride. This cutting of this thread. We have the void, number 42, or the number 6. And then we have separation, 70 or 7. So some Cancer energy. And some, yeah, Cancer. Oh, and Gemini and Capricorn here. Okay. We have melancholy. So wistfulness, sadness, gloom, spleen, depression, and perpetual lack. Okay, 4. So we have some Aries and some Scorpio energy. We have anger, 19 and 1. Losing control, annoying, pleasure, mistaking, impulsiveness, personal desires, avoidance, and fixation here. And so we have some Leo energy and some Aquarius, Gemini, and some Virgo. And then we have anger twice. Oh my goodness, is there 2 anger cards in this deck? 46 and 1. Sin, ego level. So it says aggressiveness, irritability, judgment, criticism, bitterness, conviction, anger, losing control, annoying, pleasure, mistaking, impulsiveness, and personal desires. So I had to read that again. Interesting. Okay, let's pull the tarot. Pile number 2. Who is coming towards pile number 2 and why? Who is coming towards pile number 2 and why? The Tower. Ten of Wands in reverse. Oh my goodness. The Emperor in reverse. Judgment. Wowzers. I'm feeling this is going to be pretty intense. Clarifying the Tower for pile number 2. Who's coming towards pile 2 and why? Ace of Pentacles. Why is this 10 Wands in reverse? And we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And then finally, why is this Emperor in reverse with this Judgment here? Aries, by the way. And we have the King of Cups, clarified by the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. And the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Cups, and we have 7 swords under that. Okay, give me some time to sit with this energy because there's a lot of things that are just coming through here. And I do feel there's multiple energy here. So just, you can skip ahead. I'm going to see what this Venus-Saturn is talking about here, and sort of the higher vibration and the lower vibration of what this could be here. It says in the primitive, you make rigid rules that block spontaneous love from your life. Adaptive, you're trustworthy, consistent in love, and others admire your loyalty. Evolving, you have learned to create more love from the pain of the loss of the limitation. You have endured loss. You stand as a true authority on love. And then in conjunct opposition square primitive, you are a heartbroken heartbreaker who consistently feels cut off from love. Adaptive, you get real about love and make practical decisions based on your core values. Evolving, you have learned to work through obstacles of all kinds to find enduring love. You teach others about love and commitment. Okay. Okie dokie. Attention to detail and pride. Okay. Beautiful angels. If you don't want to get triggered, and I'm not here to trigger anyone, then I do suggest you don't listen to this pile, okay? Because I have a feeling this is going to trigger somebody. All right? So don't take it if it's not your message. I feel two energies here. One, your big fat energy. Okay? And then a little bit of the person who's coming towards you. Why is it this way? Because it's showing me who this person is. And I feel like you got done dirty by this person. Okay? Now, the spirit really wants me to hammer through the messaging in regards to your energy, because I think your energy is seeing something in one way. Okay, it's not that it's right or wrong, but it's going to, your reality is based on how you see it. Period. End of story. You're the only one that has the veil within you. So you could see something and then take something as good or bad. It's up to you. You're sort of the driver of how you intake something, okay? And you could say, well, if somebody did something like this, how can you see it as good, you know? And it's not about good, but it's about seeing misalignment so we could align with what is good. Whoever this person was here, I think this person, you feel they did you dirty, because I feel like your energy here is giving off like you guys had to go your separate ways and you felt abandoned here by this person. You felt upset about this person's choices and their decisions. And you felt like this person just all of a sudden didn't show up for you and didn't do the thing for you. And it's like you're letting your ego sort of get in the way here, okay? That whole thing, this isn't what this reading is about. And I think Spirit wanted me to go down this rabbit hole, okay? But I'm just going to not even go there because I'm way too tired, okay? So what I'm going to explain to you is this person that's coming towards you, this person has shadows of their own. And these shadows that this person has have been triggered by the engagement between you and this person, okay? This person is finally seeing something about themselves through this period of separation. They've had some self-reflecting about themselves. And I feel like this person is, well, one, I feel they're really missing you and they're nostalgic here, okay, with this Six of Cups and even with this melancholy, which kind of gives me like a Six of Cups sort of energy, you know, thinking about the better times that they had, okay? But I feel like there was a lot of drama in this pile because I feel like maybe this person wasn't upfront, you know, and they chose like the lower vibration of something. They might have not have been honest about why they were doing what they did. And we're upfront, you know, and you could say something like, well, if this person would have been upfront or whatever, then it could have avoided all of this stuff. And Spirit's really talking about like your experience was there for a reason. And was like, you know, when we have things that happen to us, it's whether we become victim to it or then say, well, now I hate the world because of it, you know, and become a heartbreaker, breaking other people's hearts. Because it's like, it's a dog-eat-dog world. And either you're a heartbreaker or you're on the victim side. It's like, no, it's not this or that, you know, but it's like, we got to see beyond ourselves. And I feel like you're still not seeing beyond yourself. Okay. And we're still seeing it as that person created my suffering. Okay. And I am going to single out. I do feel like this energy commented on one of my videos. It's the same type of energy. And you guys can comment all you want. I don't give a rat's behind, but it's like this person did all the stuff and now they need to suffer, you know? At the end of the day, it's like, no, nobody needs to suffer anything. And who are you being judge and executioner of someone's thing? So I feel like there's this judgment we're carrying about this person. And the whole reason why there is disharmony and upheaval here that Spirit is talking about is because there's a need to sort of see beyond ourselves. And there goes my email confirming. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to experience similar disappointments and similar sort of experiences with other people and situations. And we're always going to turn it around as that person's the problem, or this thing is creating the source of my disappointment here. You know, it's like a lack mindset, and that other people are the ones that are making these decisions why things don't go right and wrong. That is actually untrue. Okay, so I feel like you've been maybe trying to disconnect from from this person here. Okay, like really trying to disconnect from this person, because I feel like there is some story that your ego wants to believe, and however you want to paint it. Okay, I was perfect, or maybe I did do things wrong, but I didn't deserve it. Okay, we don't know what we're supposed to deserve and not deserve. There's strong attachments to beliefs here, where we're painting it as a right and a wrong, and that this person is this and I'm that. No, let go of all of that. We don't know any of this stuff. This was like a reset, what Spirit's talking about, okay? And so anytime we have like a reset or a tower, we're supposed to bless the lucky stars that we have another chance to look at ourselves and make different decisions and see things differently. And if we sort of double down in the same energy where we're in, that experience already what we experienced, hoping that things would change, then we're just going to keep beating our head up against the wall over and over and over again. So I feel like Spirit is wanting this experience. Okay, so this is more like Spirit is driving this interaction, if you will, like why this person's coming towards you, because this person's also experiencing lessons within self. And I feel like we have the double anger because I feel like you guys are mirroring each other. This person did this and that person's looking at you like you did that. And you're like, they have no leg to stand on. And that person's looking at you like you have no leg to stand on. And I always give the analogy of like, we put on, our veil of experience. So we have blue glasses and everything we see is blue. We can't help it. It's our experience. All I see is blue. It's true. You're not making it up. I just see blue. I see blue. And then their veil is red glasses, and all I see is red. The sky is red. The grass is red. And you're like, it's blue. It's red. It's blue. It's red. It's blue. It's red. And we're arguing about blue and red. Meanwhile, we're not seeing that both of us are actually wearing glasses. And God's truth is there is no glasses. There is no just everything's blue or everything's red. Everything has its own unique color. But we're the ones distorting how we're seeing it. And so I'm seeing you as this because of my veil, but I don't want to accept this, or I don't want to see this, or I'm ignorant to the fact of this, vice versa. Both seeing each other from the veil thing. Okay. And so I feel like, does this mean that this person was right and did everything right? No, but right from their own point of view and their own way of engagement. Does this mean that you were right? No, but you were doing what you knew with the best that you could. So now there's this like reset, if you will. Okay. There's a reset. And I feel like maybe we're just like, I'm out of here, or I can't deal with this person. Nobody talks to me like that. That's ego. Okay. Now this doesn't mean that we put up with people that talk down, but it shouldn't pull at us. Nothing should rock us from our center. If we're totally centered and we go to like anywhere and someone says something like, no one talks to me like that. It's like, we're attached to that story that no one talks to me like that. And how easy anyone could just like control us. They could just control us by like pressing a button, and then they control our state of mind. It's like, no one needs to rock my inner world. They can act a fool. They can do whatever, but my inner world's controlled by myself. And so I can at will be at any state of mind. My emotional state of being isn't predicated on what's going on out there. But right now it's like someone pressing my buttons. It's them, it's like, no, it's not them. And so I feel like you feel robbed by this person. Like maybe they said, hey, I don't know, maybe you went on one date and then they just you saw them with other people, you know, or maybe there was this idea of more, and then it was like it kind of got pulled from you too soon, and then you're like, what do you mean we can't try this, or you rescinded on this thing that you were telling me, or that we thought, or we agreed upon, or something like this, you know? So this person, I feel like this person is learning about emotional balance, and same with you, if I got to be honest. So there is obviously a level of feelings here, you know? And I think both you guys don't know how to regulate your emotions. And so, and 10 Wands is like my most passionate card here. And so passion drives a lot of these like firework type decisions, you know? We get just like fiery and we start doing things, and it's like, I'm seeing red and I'm seeing passion, and this person is like, whoa, and then it just got so passionate, and then like explosion. This is what I'm seeing here with this person, you know? They could have been like all intense and all fiery and whatever, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's take a step back here, because there is emotional maturity, regulation, and balance that we need to learn, or despite what's going on in the outside world. And the only reason that this is happening is because we're so fueled by a past experience or a story or an attachment of how things have to be, or how I need it to be to prove to me my ego story. No one talks to me like that. No one does that. You better come correctly, or this is what I deserve. That is an ego story. And I'm not perpetuating settling on being a doormat, because I want to get that absolutely straight. When we are totally not in ego, nobody treats us like shit, because we know our self-value and our self-worth. But we're also not pulled emotionally and getting into battles of whose rooster is bigger. No. You know, it's like, this is how I stand on my self-worth. It's like how you are going to talk to me. It's like, no, your self-worth's already there, regardless if someone's talking down to you or not. It doesn't pull at your self-worth, because it has no impact on your self-worth. The only reason we would believe it is if we believe that we're a separate being that's impacted by the manifestations of what's going on in the world, so much so that it's like dictating my value. It's not. Okay. So there's this like lack mindset. And it's like, if this person isn't acting in line, then I'm lacking. And if they are acting in line, then I must be whole. It's like, no, your wholeness and completeness does not pull on how is someone's showing up or not showing up, or whether they're there or whether they're not. So I'm seeing a lot of sparks. I'm seeing either a big fat argument or just a surprise. Like all of a sudden it's like this person turned around and did something else you weren't expecting, you know? And then you're like, no, I won't forgive them. They blocked me, or they went that way, or they. And maybe we got to go through that process at first, you know, before we see our own blindness, because I think we're blinded by our anger. Okay. But I feel like this person is also in an energy here of having to see something through themselves, because I feel like this person is not seeing something about themselves as well that can only sort of be learned together here. Okay, something about the ego or the false self or something here. And so we might feel like we weren't dealing with full truths. But I feel like why this person is coming towards you, one, the universe is bringing you guys together. There's like an agreement here, some sort of soul contract, I feel. But this person misses you. Okay. And I feel like you've been in separation from this person. And maybe you guys decided like it's best to take some time. Maybe it was too intense, or just based on what this person did, or because I feel there was a doing of something. You said, I'm going a separate way, or something like this. And then I think we both got disappointed, you and that person, you know, like disappointed, because it's like they might have been disappointed in how they acted, or like the results of this. And it's like, well, I really missed pile 2. And you're like, but I kind of did like this person. It's like, okay, so now where are we sitting? We're sitting with a stubborn ego that's angry, that wants to be right. And then with this lack feeling and wanting to be loved, and a feeling of wanting to regulate the emotions so we can make it work harmoniously. But I'm only willing to give certain parts of me, and other parts I kind of, you know, and I use that and say that's my boundary or my standard or my thing. And it's like, well, then we're picking and choosing, and we're being transactional in love. So which is it? Because this requires innocent love, or at least regulating of emotions. So I don't know necessarily I'm channeling this in a way that's helping you. but this wasn't about a help so much as it was who's coming towards you and why, and why is this person coming towards you? They're really driven by this greater sort of story of emotional sort of balance, but I feel they miss you, and they are coming around, or they're wanting to come towards you. But let's see, can I see, what am I missing exactly? I feel I'm missing something. And we have two people sort of I feel it's like in this dominant energy, because I'm really feeling like a magician energy coming from both of you guys. And so I feel like, because magician could signify the 3D world, what we're manifesting here in the 3D world. And so I feel like there's two people who are really like close up in this 3D world, and like seeing the 3D world as like something so real that everything like that also is going on in the 5D or spiritually or around it is like disregarded. It's like, no, you did me dirty, or you did that 3D, and that happened, and that's a for sure, and that's a certainty, and now I'm gonna act as though that's the only thing, and so now I respond to it, and it's like, whoa, our nose is so close in the weeds of this whole thing, and then we're both trying to manipulate our outcome, because I feel like both of you guys are in magician energy, so it could be like a power dynamic. What am I missing? But definitely conflict. And I feel like the conflict was a deconstruction. 7 swords, yet again, 3 swords. So whatever happened, Spirit is talking, was much needed here, okay? It was needed in order to deconstruct the tower, the 5s I'm seeing, okay? And in order to have a rebuild, we must have a deconstruction of what's not real. I feel like there is both people being in a 7 swords, okay? Now, the 7 swords just represents some false thing here that I feel is creating the tension, if you will. Okay, not necessarily I'm consciously going to say a lie to deceive, but I believe in something so much so, even if it's not real. And then I act as if. And when I act as if, people get hurt. And people got hurt because I acted as if, because I believed some greater lie, even though it was based not in reality or truth. And now 2 people are sitting here in sadness and heartbreak. And I feel like this person wants to just ease the heartbreak, ease the missing, So, yeah, this is also coming through. Okay, I know it's not the easiest message, but it's like, I just don't want to feel pain no more, Like if that's why someone like wanted to reach out to me, but it's like we had a conversation about something that like meant something to me, and they're just like, yeah, but I just don't want to feel pain no more. I just don't want to miss what we had or something like that. Then it's like, well, then this isn't really a good reason for us to maybe start again or build again. But it's like, I just want to stop, make the pain stop, So I feel like there's this sort of a reason why this person wants to come forward to just make it feel better. Page of Swords, Strength, a Leo, and that's also my ego card, and then the Ace of Cups in reverse. Ace of Cups is a new beginning. Why is this 7 swords here? So with the 7 swords, so 7 swords can also talk about avoidance. High Priestess, Pisces energy. This is like a lie. This is a lie here. Yeah, Magician energy, which I was really feeling someone manipulating something here. Created pain and suffering. Why is this Page Swords here? Hierophant in reverse. Okay. And then we see the 5 of Pentacles. There's that lack mindset that keeps pulling through the driver here, okay? Separation consciousness here, 2 swords. So, beautiful angel. I could do a whole reading on you, that I feel if you worked with self in a way here that would help you to sort of be able to work through this a little bit more, and we could get pulled back because I feel there is a fixation on how we're engaged that creates and perpetuates a form of suffering that has nothing to do with this experience. Although I am validating that this experience was not good. Okay, no one is not validating that this experience wasn't good. But when we get really fixated on that experience not good, and I want it to be known and seen, and as long as we minimize what it was, then it makes me feel like I'm less than, or like we need to blow it up so that everyone can see with it. No, like that's not going to help you. Okay, they were bad, or they were liars, or they were whatever. I think for some of you guys, this person might have been married, and lied to you in worst case scenario here. I see deception, but again, back to what I said, the real deception here, even though, yes, it's a biggie, obviously, but it's so 3D based. Like I was saying, like marriage, what really is that? A piece of paper? Okay, I get it. We can have arguments all day long on it, but underneath that, it's really about the ethics behind it. And like, who are we? Like, are we like, trading like our own, value, what we hold strong, like truth and like commitment to another, whether it's on a piece of paper or not. And I feel like this person that you're dealing with is like lying to themselves. So of course they can't be somebody who's open and honest with you. So the least of your worries is that this person was married, or that they lied. It's like, yes, that's true, but let's not focus on that so much, or if you already did, get that out of your system. It's not about this thing. It goes deeper than this thing, because I feel like this person is in some sort of avoidance of some greater truth that they're needing to see about themselves. Like anyone who's in that situation is cheating. Obviously, there's a reason. It's not justifying it or saying it's right, but there's a reason, because if they were perfectly happy and totally fulfilled, there would be no cheating to do that. Or this person would be spiritually mature or like emotionally fulfilled, or whatever the reasoning, so there's something going on here that they're not understanding. And they just pass it on to their experience, and you're sort of this shrapnel. Not that you're picked out on a reason that this person wants to impose some sort of pain upon you and prey upon you, just to be this maniacal person, like people hurt people, not to be maniacal, but because hurt people. And so this person, okay, now this isn't accepting it in a way here that's making it right. This is just talking about once we sort of are able to see past ourselves and that pain that's created, it frees us from carrying the anger. It frees us from carrying anything to do with that experience that keeps replaying and rewinding in our minds, that ties us and tethers us to the situation. You don't need to be tethered to this person or the situation no more. And maybe this is your way of doing it, but the more you're holding that energy, the stronger you're building that bond, and it's actually going against what you're trying to do here. If you want to separate yourself and not be tied to this person at all, you're going about it in the wrong way. And I say wrong only because it's reinforcing the thing that you're saying that you want, to be free or not connected here. Okay, now, if you were married to this person went and they had some affair, or they cheated and they lied to you and they broke your heart. Okay, and the last thing you want me saying is, oh, it was just marriage and a piece of paper, didn't mean anything. No, to you, it was like you and that person had an understanding or an agreement of sorts, right? And so, but then we need to understand that there's an underlying thing going on with this person. And if we love this person, or like this person needs healing in a certain way, and however they're going about getting that thing that they're needing at this point in their life for the greatest and highest good of this person, because I love them, so be it, But no, it's about me and what they promised me and all of that stuff, and we can go down that way, and nothing's wrong and right. But now we're sort of enforcing that thread because this person, shoulda, coulda, woulda, and did that and did that. It's like, yeah, but when we're totally seeing this person and saying, hey, this person did some shady things here, why? Okay, I can distance myself from this person, but I can also sort of understand, okay, with some understanding of how this person and why they're doing sort of what they're doing. By removing myself, I'm able to sort of diffuse things a little bit easier here and detach from this person a little bit more, and now get a little more regulated, because I feel like there's a lot of you wanting to understand why this person did what they did, and then I'll be free, or then I'll be clear. It's like, no, you could be clear right now. You don't need to be in the mindset that only when they tell you the truth or only when things get cleared up will you feel whole. It's like, no, you're already whole. There is nothing this person can do that's going to make you feel whole. I feel you feel stuck by the situation. I feel you feel burdened by the situation. I feel like you can't move on by the situation, and that this person did you dirty again, you know? And so whatever your process though looks like here, I feel like ask yourself, is your process working? Are you becoming free from your angers and resentments and judgments? Or are you doubling down in them and carrying this sort of thing? Okay, but this isn't what this reading was about, but it is coming through as a message, so I did deliver it. But this person's coming towards you, and I feel like this person, like I said, is being called by the universe, but I want to see, like, why. Again, it's like, I want to be creating less pain in my heart. And so if this person just misses you, even though they chose something stupid, it's like, now I'm out in the cold, so it does feel as kind of selfish here, because it's like, pile 2, if you let me in, and I won't bleed in my heart no more. And so you could say, now you made your bed, you lie in it, or you can say, hey, like, realize what you've done here, and I can't go back, Like, I think there's a lot in regards to how you respond here. But let's see, Spirit, what do we need to know? Can we wrap this up, this reading? What does pile 2 need to know then about this person that's coming towards them? Why are they coming towards them exactly? Can we get more details and more answers to pile number 2, what they're needing to know about this person and the why? King of Swords. So there's a need to understand something. Maybe we want balance to be restored through a way of communication, through a way of understanding, so that we can feel more balanced, or that things are more just. But honestly, like, it won't really matter what this person says. I feel like the justice has got to come from you, and that's the thing, is like, we're still waiting for the justice. We're still waiting for the thing to be said, and then I'll feel whole, and then I'll feel like it's fair. It's like, no, it was not fair, because this person acted out of shadow. King of Pentacles, and I'm seeing Devil with 2 little horns there. Okay, so we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So again, 2 masculine energies I'm feeling here. So it could be same sex, 2 males. And yes, I said male. If you're triggered by gender, then that's your own shadow. Ace of Pentacles, clarifying the King of Swords. Why is this King of Pentacles here? Why is this King of Pentacles here? The Magician again. And the 2 of Wands. No, sorry, 3 Wands in reverse. And then the 5 Cups, clarifying. 5 Cups is... This is 4 of Wands in reverse. Yeah. And then the Moon. And then the Queen of Cups. So, both you and your person have lots of healing to do, okay? And this is what the journey of healing looks like. I feel like this person is feeling bad about what they did. I do feel like this person had a role in your world. They might have been the father of your child, your husband, or like I said, for some of you guys, it was like understood that this is sort of the role that they were going to be, and then you found out they were married. I do feel there was some form of a marriage or a stability or something here that was compromised, and this person feels bad about how it went down. But it's like, I want to be able to I don't feel there is any sort of real intention to make it right, so much as it is, I just feel bad about it. And so I have the power to come back, or to come forward and see if I could get out of this feeling heaviness that I'm carrying, And it's like, well, no, maybe they need to carry this heaviness, and not out of a cruel place or an anger place, but out of a place here where this person feels like stuck, that maybe it's like, whoa, I can't move forward with you no more. Like, I feel I'm stuck unless I make amends here, and it's like, they almost have to sit in the bed that they created here. I almost feel like this person wants to pick up exactly where it left off without any sort of like, if they could just erase it and pick up where they left off, I think this is what this person would choose. But of course, this isn't going to happen. And they have to deal with the big elephant in the room of whatever they did. And I think this person knows that there's probably nothing they could say or do that's going to rectify this thing, but that they want there to be this continuation, if you will, of where it left off, knowing that it can never be the same or it can't move in that direction. And that's one of their greater fears here is like, yeah, like that they don't know. And they don't know, even with the high priestess and like the seven swords, they don't know, like, are you willing to love me ever again? Do you still love me? What is your energy like? And I fear that you might never see me the way maybe you used to at one point in time. And I want to understand where you sit with all of this. And now that we're kind of falling apart here, like, where's it going to go? And they don't know what they can offer or what is going to happen. Like, it's a big soup. 10 of swords in reverse. Yeah. But all I know is I don't want you to be done with me. It feels very toxic because it's like, I don't want you to be done with me. Okay, well, then what do you want? I don't know. Okay, well, what the hell? And so we could be repeating these circles. And I feel like you're getting like intuitively calls to make right action. Okay, but we could be and this is why I said it's very important for us to understand if our emotions are calling the shots, because we're feeling pulled emotionally to and fro, and someone can rock our inner peace. And so Spirit is saying, in order to really have a clear intuition of what's guiding you, okay, it can't be the emotions, and it can't be the fears, and it can't be the part of us that gets triggered, because I feel there's such an emotional charge that's pulling these actions. And then it's like, okay, I gave this person the time of day, and then they did it to me again. They, they still didn't come correctly, or they still, it's like, no, you just got led by your emotion. You weren't listening to your intuition. Maybe your intuition was saying, hey, don't give this person, the whatever it is that you feel that they're asking for. Who knows? I don't know what your intuition's telling you, but whatever your intuition is, I feel like you can't hear it. And you're most likely in some sort of stuck repeat pattern here with someone who is unhealthy. Hence this devilly energy that I'm feeling here. And so the only way to sort of break out of it is to step above our own emotions by identifying where we hung on, where are we actually attached. And where we're attached is through this thread of feeling like someone did me dirty, or that they were the ones that causing my suffering. It's like, yes, they did action here, but they can't cause suffering upon another, no matter how much we want to believe that, They say, yeah, but, and all of those buts. Okay. And I'm not going to argue with the buts. If you want to do that, then go ahead. Like Dr. Phil says, do you want to be wrong, or do you want to be right, or do you want to be happy, or do you want to be wrong and miserable? It's up to you. Okay. So this person's coming towards you with nothing except for cycles and feeling bad and hoping to sort of pick up to do nothing with where they left off. And like I said, it's probably because this universe is sort of driving them together in order for them to regulate their emotions, to figure things out and break certain cycles within them, because they might have been really acting instead of dealing with their uncertainties or whatever. They stepped outside of this relationship. Okay. Or maybe, like I said, like they stepped out of a relationship and then went with you. But either which way, it's like something for this person to see, because they were just like knee-jerk reacting, not caring about, not necessarily caring, but there was no foresight into how it might impact other people. We can't just do this without spiritual growth and like understanding our actions have ramifications, on other people. But we're not condemned forevermore by God. Okay, so who are we to hang on to this judgment and this criticism forevermore? You did me dirty, therefore you will suffer forever. It's like, no, you're the only one that carries that judgment and that resentment and that harshness, But how do we work through it? It takes a lot of work, and it definitely could take time apart here. So, and you could be wanting to rebuild with this person, and they could genuinely want to rebuild with you, but it's like, how do I move beyond this, It's like, how do you move beyond it? We must heal the thing that created this whole thing in the first place, and that's what's being shown to you, I feel. And so we got to really lean into the self-work, the awareness, the dropping of the judgments, the attachments we have, and the pull that our emotions have in situations that are dictating our actions. And then seeing this lack and seeing this thing, and then justifying it in a way that it's real, that my way is real, or my understanding is the real way and yours is not. No. Okay. Pile number 2, this is your reading. I hope this helped you. I'll see you at the next one. All right. Bye-bye. Pile number 3, you guys pick the Kawaii Tarot. We're looking at a person that is coming towards you, and why is this person coming toward you? What exactly do they want? Okay, so if this sounds a lot like your sort of own energy, then you might want to go check out another pile here, okay? But we're asking about the person coming towards pile 3, who this person is, and what exactly do they want with pile 3. Who is coming towards pile 3, and what do they want? Why are they coming towards pile 3, spirits? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing this reading with you. So we have rationalization and action. Who is coming towards pile 3 and what? Okay, 2. 2 that were stuck together. This person's looking a lot like Napoleon. This could have some French ancestors here. Oh, we have separation and copper. I do feel that one too. Separation came out for pile number 2 if you were called. So we have card 23 and 70. For pile 3, who's coming towards pile 3 and why? Okay, let's move this out of my way. So, 34 and 7. Some Cancer energy. It says rationalization, logical justification, explanation, reasoning, idolization, sublimation, and intellectualization. Defense mechanism. Okay, with the heart chakra there with the green. And then we have virtue 99, number 9. So 9 is hermit, okay, which is Virgo energy, and also moon. So we have some Cancer. But 9 is all about fruition, completion, fulfillment. It says action, entrepreneurial ability, commitment, labor, energy, implementation, and useful action feeling. Useful action feeling. Okay. Sure. And then we have the Muse, generosity and naivety. With the 3 cups sort of energy coming through here. Okay, so 3 cups could be a close friend. Okay, so we have separation and copper, 23, or the number 5. And we have separation with the card 70 or 7 coming through again. You guys might be seeing 77. Okay, 77 is a master number. Trust of fall, an adventure that arises from deep wisdom. Trust of life, trust of self. So did we go separate ways here with someone here? Let's see. We have Venus, Saturn. This came out for pile number, I don't know. I think pile number 2 as well. Okay, so this is heartbreak here that we've had to overcome or work through or are working through. Okay, so 49, Jupiter, Pluto. Okay, 13 is Scorpio energy, which I'm really getting that sort of death energy as well. So Jupiter's ruling planet for Sagittarius, Pisces, Pluto, Scorpio, and then Venus is Taurus, Libra, and then we have Saturn here with Capricorn and Aquarius. Then we have Assumptions with 43, or the number 7 again. Lots of 7s in your reading here, okay? 7's also spirituality. It's also personal growth. Okay, it's also about solitude. And then we have the Great Work, 61 or 7 again. Wow, lots of 7s. Okay, there's messages already coming through. Let me pull the tarot and see. Spirits for pile number 3. Who is coming towards them and why? Pile 3. Who is coming towards them and why? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. I just heard peace. Now I'm seeing these some really cult to those doves. So doves do talk about peace. Pile number 3. Who's coming towards them and why? Wow. Feel those 3. And those 2. Wow, lots. Okay. Knight of Cups. why I think this person has feels for you. Okay, and Knight of Cups is how we show and express our emotions. So Knight of Cups, and we have the Page of Cups in reverse. This could have been somebody. Okay, so this definitely could be either an energy of somebody who has feelings and didn't express them to you. Okay, like, I don't know, because it could be like not showing that we're interested in someone, and we have 3 cups here, you know, so it's like keep them at friend's distance. But I have these strong feelings that I'm not acknowledging or showing, or this definitely could be somebody here who might even owe an apology. We'll see. The Fool, Aquarius energy, Lovers. Oh my goodness. So we have some Gemini, Virgo, Hermit, major, major, major. My goodness, 10 Pentacles. Okay. And then we have Judgment. We have the Emperor in reverse, Aries energy, Divine Masculine energy. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. So we have 2 pages in reverse. Could be someone you're not talking to. Did I say Page of Wands? I don't know if I said that. Page of Wands in reverse. 5 swords. Yeah. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have 9 swords. Okie dokie. Wow. Let me sit here with this and see what your messaging is. Great work. It's like tending to the garden. I'm going to read what's in the book, see if we get any extra info. Is this it? No. Damn it. Wrong one. Just give me a sec. I'm going to pause. Okay, so it says Magnum Opus, the great work. Attention, devotion, and vocation. The Magnum Opus shimmers in the distance, promising purpose, achievement, and understanding. When will we get there? When will our efforts be recognized? Amidst pressure and expectations, we come to realize each alchemist's life is an accumulation of moments in which attention is placed upon a subject within the laboratory. The artist draws a single line. The poet scribes a single word. The rose forms a single leaf. The Magnum Opus card reminds us that the alchemical garden grows from seeds tended to by devotion hands and the grace of sun, water, and earth. You cannot force the great work. You cannot claim it or complete it. This card arrives to whisper words of encouragement. You are in the right place, the most important place for you. This is the alchemical garden. Tend to the youngest growth. Be delicate and precise. One day at a time. Okay. All right. Pile number 3. Who is coming towards you? I feel this person is somebody who has an experience of heartbreak or disappointment. Okay, they could have a failed marriage, they could have a failed relationship, or they could just be disappointed by other people, or just have an understanding or an idea of what it means to hurt in love and created a coping mechanism that works for them. However this looks like for this person, I think will be different for all of you guys, but it could be that this person is just very difficult at emotionally sort of allowing themselves to get deep. They might be someone who socializes in a way here with you that keeps things sort of surface, but very much keeps you at an arm's distance. So maybe they just justify why being friends. Could be someone who's never even expressed themselves that they have feelings for you, but you just know it intuitively, but this person does, and we all know this. Okay, and I feel like this person could be somebody who expresses themselves at surface, but there might be more going on here with this person. Okay, there's also something coming up about drinking here. So I do feel like for this group, this person could have some sort of distraction that they use to fulfill themselves, because I do feel like they're avoiding some form of deeper connection. And so there's a way to cope. And it could be that this person just has a lot of people and friends and parties and keeps themselves distracted, or has vices, addictions, and that sort of thing. Or very focused on some art, okay? Because I do feel there's a creative energy here. So they could be a writer, singer, dancer. This person could entertain themselves through music, through way of whatever it is, maybe whatever they use. It's their outlet, okay? But whatever it's not is being able to be open and vulnerable because they have this big old pain. I feel like this person, for some of you guys, like I said, might have been in a three swords type situation in the past, okay? I do feel like for a lot of you guys, you might be in separation with this person as well. Okay, you could be, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. But I do feel like for all of you guys, this person is somebody here who hasn't been able to take a chance on this connection because they let their fears get in the way. And I think that you were an opportunity here in front of this person. And instead of choosing this connection in some way, this person chickened out or something, okay? Or just like, again, let the fear get in the way. I think they got overwhelmed, but they got overwhelmed by this understanding of who they had to be for you. And I think that this person has an understanding of who they have to be in their mind, but they're the ones creating that version. And then they compare themselves to it and say, I can't, I won't, I'm incapable, it doesn't work. And then I feel like they believe it to be so true. And there's like no, what's the right word? Like, let's say there's like an energy here of allowing things to unfold naturally. And then there is getting in the way by resisting and running and not wanting it to unfurl as it does. And I think like the universe is asking this person to let things unfurl. I don't know why it's coming as a word that I never used in my world. It's unfurling, okay? And it's natural, and there is no expectation of how it unfurls. It's just the universe will unfurl. But then this person is like heavy in anxiety about, then they project that at that point in time, they have to be able to do this or that successfully or be able to do this or that. And if they can't, then it may lead to disappointments or failures or hurts. And so they're acting from a place that is already going to hurt them, or it's not going to work, or it won't succeed, or I can't and it won't, you know? And then they like justify this belief. And then they act as if that's the truth of the matter. Meanwhile, it's like you didn't let it unfurl, and you were part of the unfurling, like to experience some connection here with you that was organically sort of needing effort and energy. And I feel like, of course, we would get disappointed, or it would create disagreement, because it's like, hey, like you said you are my friend, you know, or whatever, or you are doing this. Okay, but like this water, this tulip is thirsty, or like you didn't, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're saying you didn't or you couldn't, but it's like whatever was supposed to be natural here, it got resisted upon or didn't get acted upon. And then there's this like a disharmony about it, you know? It's like we say we're going to have a garden and we get all the things and we plant it and then we just don't do anything with it. Of course, it's not going to flourish. We don't water it. We don't do anything. This could be someone who's into gardening, by the way, because I'm seeing plants and I'm talking garden work here. And yeah, and so it's like I can have this like assumption that is louder than the natural thing. Like if I just had a garden and I just would water it, it would grow. Like just trust that process and allow it. But I get in my own way, and then I'm like, oh, but if I water it and then I water too much, and then it's like maybe I need to move the plant over there, and then it's like I forget everything but like watering the plant, and so then it ends up dying, and I end up being the self-fulfilling prophecy in some way, you know. And it's like, whoa, like all this was asking was for this person to sort of just allow things to unfurl. And so this person is coming towards you, and I feel like this person is coming towards you because I feel like there's been disharmony here in how this person has been held back or not open about the thing. And I think maybe the garden got depleted, or the unfurling didn't happen. And then what this person, I feel like their overwhelmed energy pulled away, or at least it I don't know, created the separation from you, or they like created some sort of distance, emotional distance from you. And now they want to come forward. because I think they don't want to be distant from you. They have feelings for you. And of course, whoever plants a garden wants the fruits of the garden, wants the vegetables of the garden. So their intention is they want the garden. But their greatest fear is that they're not a gardener, but that's a big assumption. And so I feel like this person has a lot of anxiety about even seeing the process of the unfurling happening. They get overwhelmed, they get in their own head. And it's like because of their past experience. And so now I'm just remembering the past, because 9 Swords is really about, we have a lot of fear that what if the past repeats, or what if I don't get the thing or do the thing? And now we're anticipating, but we're not in the present moment of the unfurling. And so we're too wrapped up in the past and too involved in projection. And it's like, well, this is asking for this person to be kind of in the present moment of seeing sort of what happens here, but there's too much anxiety about it. But at the same time, I feel like this person is like under one understanding. Maybe you had an argument or like a disagreement here about this or something about this, because I do feel like this person sees this opportunity as a blessing here with Jupiter, but it's also triggering them at the same time with Pluto. And so it's like this connection is a blessing and also a shadow for me. And it like reflects back to me my lack or my inability to do something here that I feel I have to do. But it's only my own sort of, I don't know, like I'm the only one carrying this burden, And so this commitment's really sticking forward here and useful action feeling. It's like, there's something also about like, what this person thinks, like in order to commit to this connection, it's going to take some form of a sacrifice or some understanding that they have that exposes them to some sort of hurt or something. And they might be like, whoa, I'm not ready for the hurt, because they're automatically assuming that in order to commit, that means you're saying it's okay that I'm going to get hurt, And it's like, it could be that they could experience a hurtness here, but it's like, it's so strong that the anxiety is making the decision. And like, this would require them to just trust in the process and come without any of that sort of pain of the past. But it's so heavy, the pain of the past, that's like dictating the shots. And so it's like this commitment is too heavy for this person, or like to build this thing is like, it would require this version of me. And now I'm just totally in my head about what that looks like and what could happen and what might happen and what did happen, and my inability to regulate this or follow through on this. And so I stay put, or I argue against this, and I create disharmony, and then I keep you at a distance here and just sort of keep this energy. 5 Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, because I'm preventing being without. Like I'm already creating suffering, so I don't enjoy this. I don't experience the suffering. If I create the suffering, then you're not creating the suffering. Then it's a better kind of suffering. But it's like, what? Why can't you enjoy a garden? Why can't you enjoy this thing? Oh, because I'm this, I'm that, and all these things, and I rationalize my way out of it, and then I start to believe it. This person's coming forward with some sort of revelation. Maybe they're understanding that they have not been in a position to either commit or step forward or choose this connection or like trust something to work with you. And it created here a disconnect between you and this person, or a separation. And now they're like, I want things to get better between me and pile 3, but I have a lot of anxiety about how to come about it, or how to go about it, or what to say about it. Because if I say this and it's the wrong thing, it could go horribly wrong. And I want it to go very right. And like I said, I feel this person has feelings here. 7 Cups. Yeah, I don't know how to handle this. I don't know what to say. And also, I don't know how to be the gardener still. So let's say we make up, or I talk to you, or I come close again, or I don't know, I bridge this gap, then there's an expectation on me. And I feel this person doesn't want expectation because they don't have confidence in their ability to execute or be the gardener or the process of what it would require. They just assume that that's not them. They assume they're not like this, And then they say, well, this is me. It's like, are you sure? Or is that your pain body talking? That you're just somebody who floats around here, who's somebody who, is like, yes, giving me uncommittal energy, or just like floats in the wind and says, well, no, but this is me and this is good for me. It's like, are you sure about this? And not that everybody needs some form of commitment, but I feel like there's an untruth that they're suppressing here about themselves that doesn't allow them to go there, because they have this idea of who they are and how they have to be. And if I am like this, and then I do admit that I have these feelings, and then it's like I have to tend to this garden in a way and be the gardener, and I don't know that I know how, and I just assume I don't, and because it failed in the past, I will fail on you. The garden will suffocate. I am not a gardener. Says who? You're not nothing. You're not the gardener, and you're also the gardener at the same time. It's like, I don't know, this person is justifying their fears in a way here that's enforcing their behaviors. This is why I push people away. This is why I must be single. This is why I cannot be in another relationship ever again. This is why, it's like, no, you're just reinforcing a belief that you have and creating a reality of suffering for yourself, and then justifying why you need to be in that sort of deprived energy that's not bringing you any sort of happiness here, because it's bringing conflict into your world, and they themselves are saying that they have love here. So, okay, but you're turning down the very thing that you love by justifying it. So let's see, spirits, what does this person want then? They come forward. Pile number 3, what do they want? Why are they coming forward? Why are they coming forward to pile 3? This person. Okay, I love when Spirit does this, because it continues where we left off. Like I said, this person was going against the truest nature, because again, gardening is nature. You don't got to get into the cells of the plants to help it grow. You just got to like give the thing it sort of needs, like the water, and then like the rest sort of happens here, like the soil, like at least give it a good environment so it does its thing. And I feel like this person was going against the environment, the natural flow of it, by suppressing how they felt, or like, I can't even open up here to this idea, because if I give an inch, it might overtake me. 4 wands. Some of you guys might be connected to this person through a twin flame. Okay, which is my 1111 here, but this is again commitment, family, security, stability, union. Ace of Wands. Why is this Page of Cups in reverse? Why is this person coming towards pile 3? Page of Pentacles. The Sun. Beautiful. Leo energy. Why is this Ace of Wands here? 10 of Swords. Oh my goodness. I think I will get clarity on this 10 Swords. Why is this 10 Swords here? Oh, we have separation here. Why is this 10 Swords here? The Moon in reverse. Cancer energy. Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. Okay. Just let me sit here with this. So Queen of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So heavy Leo here. We have 6 Swords in the upright here. Okay. Is this person suddenly realize that they could be a gardener? No. Okay. They don't realize that they could be a gardener. All this person, I think the biggest shadow that this person has is in like a block here to opening their heart space, because they've been hurt, as like I said. So they keep 3 cups, okay? They're still unhealed here. However, their driver for coming towards you, I think this person understands that there is a need to stabilize. Okay, there's a need to stabilize. This person sees that you make them very happy here with the Sun. That there could be happiness, that there could be stability. It's like I said, they do want the garden. Doesn't mean that they're a gardener all of a sudden. This person sees it as a legitimate opportunity for them. But you might be somebody here who is no longer wanting to argue with them or be 5 swords or engage in their sabotage. Or maybe you and them separated with this 10 swords, because they do feel your energy moving on or out or away towards other opportunities. Maybe you've been slowly going towards other opportunity, or they see you as someone here who has decisions that can move towards solid things that are reliable, stable, and more committed and grounded. And it's like, wait, I see you as my opportunity. I understand this and see this clearly. So I'm pulled to you. I'm pulled to you, and I want a new beginning here because I'm attracted to your energy here. And I don't want to be without. I don't want to lose you. And although I have fear, and although I don't know how to be the gardener, it's like, I do know that I want to be pulled towards you because I don't want you to move away. But I still am unclear as to how to commit. I just don't want this to be over, and I don't want to deal with this. And also, it's like I have to step into some of my fear here in coming towards you, but it's like I can mitigate how much, because maybe you won't, like maybe I won't have to like completely emotionally open up here if I just sort of come in your vicinity here. But it's like, what are they doing? This person doesn't know. All they know is that you're their happiness. All this person knows is that there was a need to provide some form of security and stability or some form of commitment. And they want to talk to you. Okay, but I don't think this person wants to talk about emotions. This person doesn't want to talk about feelings. This person just wants to be like, they might even say like, they want to talk about some form of commitment, but I don't think this person wants to talk about emotions or how they feel or anything like this. So it's like, how do we talk about how we could stabilize this as a union or as a relationship of sorts when it's void of feelings or emotions? I don't know. This is so bizarre. Yeah, the devil in reverse. This person has an unhealthy way of coping with the pains of the past because they haven't healed it. And so it drives their action. And I think they know that you want some form of commitment, some form of environment or security. So they want to take action towards you. I do feel there's conflict in regards to the uncertainty, and they're conflicted about this because they know logically they can't talk away one without the other. In order to commit and do this, they have to be emotionally available and connect. But at the same time, I don't want to do this, but I don't want you to go. And so here's my doubly energy. Okay, Capricorn energy. So, and Cancer, I don't know if I said. And then, yeah, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So we got to get some clarity here because I don't know, and like I say, always like multiple energies could be true. It's like I'm confused and I don't want to open up emotionally, but I also don't want you to get away. And so my Ace of Wands is like, let's have a new beginning and do something. Okay, so what is it that they want to offer to pile number 3? Are they coming with any sort of offer? Or what is this? 4 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, they definitely need to heal and reflect on the thing that's created the pain. Page of Pentacles, like I said, they want to come with like they know there's an opportunity here. And so again, it's like the pentacle thing. So far, no emotions. What do they want to offer here? What are they coming forward with for pile number 3? 5 of Cups in reverse. So the only cups we're seeing, and it's a 5 cups. It's like, I don't want to be sad. Temperance in reverse. Imbalance. Need for healing. Very strong here. This person is hurting from an experience of the past, and they don't want you to move on without them before they heal. They want to give to you. We know this. They want to give to you, okay? Yeah, I'm in the 4 of Cups in reverse, but I don't want it to be, I don't want to give you emotions, but I want to give to you. 9 Cups, and then the Page of Wands in reverse, and the 8 of Pentacles under that. So, pile 3. This person is absolutely happy with you, okay? Happy. 9 Cups. They believe you're a wish come true for this person. They're happy in your presence. You're like the sun for this person. This person has a belief that when you guys together, put your emotions out there, it's going to lead to some sort of heartbreak that they've already experienced, that they haven't healed from, that they haven't understood just yet. And so they have an idea of who they are that's very strong. And who that person is that they have to be protects them right now. And you give them that side of them that every human wants, which is emotional fulfillment in some capacity. But rightfully so, that you're saying, well, it has to be both sides have to be emotionally fulfilled. Otherwise, I'm just filling your cup. You're happy, and I'm sort of here while you're emotionally unavailable or disconnected or not sharing with me and keeping me at a 3 cups. So there needs to be a balancing of this, that this person feels they can't be the gardener for you. And so what they do want to do is like, but I do want you in my world because you're my sun, you're my happiness, and all this stuff. And even if I can't explore the emotional side of it, it's like I could show up here day in, day out, giving of my energy, however this manifests. So I could still be emotionally closed. I could still hang out with you, and we can go check out the burger shops. We can go to concerts. We can go watch movies. We can go do these things, or we could, again, 3 cups, 3 cups, 3 cups. It doesn't get deeper than a 3 cups. And it's like, why? Because I don't want to be without you, because I don't want to find myself sort of looking at a missed opportunity. And right now you're an opportunity for me, but it's like, yeah, you're an opportunity for them to engage in their emotions. And this person is like not wanting to go there, with their emotions, and thinking like, this is better for me, rationalizing why they don't need to go there. I've already experienced the pain. This is good enough for me. This is where I want it to be. Don't be my mouthpiece, and it's like, no, you're creating suffering in regards to this energy of emotional detachment, because this other person, like it has to be two-sided. Like, we can't just have one person sort of emotionally fulfilled and the other person like not. Like, there's like a discombobulation here. But it's like, but at least I'm giving to you, right? Like, then they justify this, but I'm showing up, right? It's like, yeah, but you could just show up and not give any emotions. But how does that make it right? How does it make it balanced? How does it make it feel good? But it's like, but I don't want to let this opportunity go. And I also don't want to be exposing my emotions. And so I feel like you feel rejected by this person. And I also feel this person is coming to you because they feel rejected, because I do feel like there was a 5 swords confrontation of sorts, or they know that you're dissatisfied. And now it's like, well, this is how I'm going to bridge the dissatisfaction, because I feel like rejected by pile 3. So here, pile 3, let me give you this, tickets to this concert, or this offering that's going to bring you into my world again. It's like, no, can you just please heal your pain? Can you please heal your lack of emotional availability? Can you please close out whatever you need to close out so you can show up in a healed version, so that we can work together harmoniously, so that it's not imbalanced and I just keep giving to your emotional cup so you're satisfied, and then you're getting to avoid the very thing that you're needing to look at here? How about we do that? So does this person want to commit to you? Yes. They want to show up. They want to be in your world. They want to give energetically to you day in, day out. I see a very dedicated, solid sort of a Saturn energy here. Look, Venus, Saturn. But it's all on the surface. Again, Venus, Saturn. It's like, how is it appearing to you? But it's like, no, the core is what matters, not the surface. Like copper has that patina on the outside, but it's copper. And it's copper, it's copper, it's copper, regardless of the patina and how it looks on the outside. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you're spending time with me and painting that up. Like, of course you want to spend time with them, but it's like, if you never get to the intimate moments, if you're never emotionally available, if you just disconnect from emotions automatically, it doesn't matter how many times we sit there holding hands under the tree. Like, sometimes, yes, the silence is perfect, but other times, sometimes it's like, there has to be some emotional marriage, This person is too fearful to do the emotional marriage. 3 cups in reverse. That's the biggest problem in this connection. Like I said, seeing from the 3 cups on this card, I can't get deeper than a 3 cups because there's too much fear with the moon that we saw, uncertainty, and I rationalize that I'm not the gardener and I believe it to be true. And so I keep people at an arm's distance, and you make me feel like this. This is very good, But this is just one side of the equation. This is a reverse temperance. And that's great that someone feels like this. But how does the other side feel? The other side feels not seen or not embraced. So 8 swords in reverse. there is a limiting belief of how this person engages that's keeping them sort of not able to explore this connection in a way that allows there to be a trust in the universe, you know? So final message, whatever comes through, whatever Spirit wants to say, and we'll close out the reading. What does Spirit want to say then? Whoever's listening to this, but what does the viewer need to know? Final message. What's going to sort of help this thing? Two of Cups in reverse. There's a lack of balance and harmony in this connection because both people it can't be one-sided with one person getting the cup and the other one. Like 2 cups means both people are getting cups out of it, emotionally trusting. And that's where the disconnect is, which we know. And then the 7 Pentacles, and it takes the gardening, right? Which is pretty ironic because what is this? This is the scene of the guy, okay, in the Rider-Waite's Tarot, where he is tending to his garden. And look at the sun, because you are the sun of this person. It's like if this person wants you in their life, the sun in their life, the warmth, the 9 cups, they have to tend to the garden, let it unfurl. And maybe they, again, this rationalization and this assumption of like being the gardener is something magnified in their mind that's creating a lot of stress that isn't even true at all. At all. And it's creating the sabotage and this fear. It's like, I can't be the gardener. Don't make me 2 cups, you. I'll be everything but the 2 cups, but I don't want my son to get away. You want me to commit? Sure. And then they commit to you. It's like, okay, so where's this other cup? Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? So 9 Wands, defensive, keeping people out, but they don't want to give up, okay? Because this is the resilient warrior. This person's going to fight for you. This person's fighting for you, okay? You're their son. You're their happiness. And I feel like you've invested a lot, okay? 7 years, 7 months, I don't know, whatever, relevant to however long you've invested with this person. Giving to this person, okay, with the 6 Pentacles, which generally means someone's giving and someone is receiving, but it could be very one-sided. And so maybe you felt like this person was breadcrumbing you, you know, and maybe just giving you like these things, but it's like, where's the emotions? It's like, okay, good, but something is missing here. And it's like, I keep investing in this person, hoping that one day they'll trust me, or one day they'll let me in, or one day we can share emotions. And they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. 3 Pentacles. Yeah, you want them to work with you and cooperate and collaborate in a way here that's going to be healing with the emotions. And in their minds, the assumption here is just, this is how I work with you, you know? In the Pentacle realm, I show up and it's like, I don't know, like there's just, it's this person's way of doing it, you know, and this is how they engage. And, it's silencing the emotional part because this is what feels natural to them. But really what they need to know here is it's not natural. It's a trauma response from something they need to heal and look at. And when they do heal and look at, you know, because if they understood how much pain and suffering they're creating to their partner, that there is a lack here, because the lack here is that it's not deep enough for both sides to be fulfilled emotionally to the depths of their soul. It's like, you fulfill me deeply. I emotionally feel you and connect here. And it's reflected back to me and me to you. And that's great and fulfilling. It's like, no, it's blocked here. But I'm here every day, you know, like taking out your garbage and washing your car. Is that not good enough? And you guys could have argued about this. Like, I'm here and I'm committing to you and I'm investing and I keep coming here saying good morning. So, like, not so, like, great. It's great. That's one part of this equation. But why do I not feel heard? Why do I not feel loved in my soul? Why do I feel you pushing me away? You know, like you're not getting it. So anyway, pile number 3. This is your reading. I love you very much. I hope this helped you. I wish you the best. This person's coming towards you just because they want their son back, okay? But they need to heal. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye.